Good morning. I'd like to talk to the community this morning about our board meeting that we had last night. I had to call an emergency board meeting to talk about our current situation with COVID. We convened at 7 o'clock. We had placed it on the website so as quickly as we could so that people were aware that we had the meeting. We certainly had some community members that were involved in the meeting as well. So we discussed our best course of action, and we were confronted with a very difficult decision on what to do next. Our decision at the end of the evening, after we discussed all of the scenarios, is that we are going to go virtual starting Monday until January 4th. On January 4th, we'll return back to Central Valley with the same schedules that we have been doing, which are either been in-person, hybrid, or at the high school, 9/12 virtual will still remain at this point. The reason for this is that currently we're hanging on by a shoestring right now. With the influx of cases and having to precautionary quarantine students and teachers, when they all get sent home, there are times where just the teacher's sent home, or there are times where both are sent home. We then have to backfill and fill in classrooms, and we're just running out of people. We've been doing it in kind of, let's say, piecemealing together our days the best we can, and we still have been able, in our opinion, to be successful, but we're at a breaking point, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. So at a time where there's an increase in numbers, we decided our best route would be to social distance even more the kids and the teachers with an attempt or a goal that when we get back on January 4th, we will have rested people, we will have recharged people, and we will have a full squad to go into the second semester and go at it again and hopefully continue to be successful. Our teachers will be teaching synchronously. They will still report to the school. This is where our technology is. This is where all of their materials are. And we also know that our technology will be able to, for the most part, hold up while we're teaching our students from home. Synchronous learning basically means that the teacher will be looking at all of the students on the screen. The students will be able to interface and interact with the teacher. It's the next best thing that we can do besides having in-person learning. We've practiced it a couple times, and we feel that we're positioned to be able to make that happen. We are hopeful that as we come back in January, we will get further and further from the holiday wave of the increase of the amount of COVID cases in our area and closer to people starting to get vaccinated in our country. And that is the goal. The goal is that if you've been watching the news as well, they're trying very hard to keep schools open. One point that I think is important to make is based off of the tracing and based off of our COVID cases thus far, it's not spreading inside the schools, but it's coming from the outside in, and when that happens, we still have to deal with it, and we are doing our best, the best we can to deal with that. So that's a positive. But at the same time, right now, what we can't predict is, because of the influx of cases, will that eventually change? And I don't want to kind of find out, and so we're going to social distance even more at this point. I wish I could predict this virus better, but I can't. And so we're going to err on the side of caution right now for the next week, and for 7 days, go virtually and then come back and fight the good fight the second part of the year. So the last piece, I think, which is important, is simultaneously to this discussion, the administrative team and all of us are working on trying to still continue to figure out how to bring more students back for the second semester, which would start in February. And we're starting to now discuss with all of the supervisors and discuss with the teachers the ability and the possibility of that happening. We certainly are going to need to rally the troops and rally the community for help. The community has reached out to me on different occasions and said, please, Mr. Rich, can you bring back more students? And of course, that is our goal. And we're hoping that by February, things look better for us. The COVID situation looks better for us, in that if we can elicit help from all of you, this is the community that can do it. And I don't want to sit here in status quo, be a leader, status quo, and just, move through the day. We certainly want to try to do something more than that and bring more students back. And in order to do that, we're going to reach out to the community to help us to do that. And more will come on that concept and on that idea. But I think we're positioned well where the community's ready and understanding the need for it. And so I'll talk more about that in the future. And we're basically putting that plan together now in hopes that we can really orchestrate it and make it come to fruition. So I wish everybody the best holiday that you can have under the circumstances. I appreciate everybody's support. I also understand that the decision that is being made is not an easy decision for you as a family, and it's going to put a monkey wrench in the next week for you. We thought long and hard about that, and this was not, it just certainly wasn't an easy solution that we came to. But at the end, I will take responsibility for this decision. And in hindsight, look back, and if it was the wrong decision, that's on me. And if we feel that it was the right decision, that decision was made, with the best intent, for all of us as we move forward. So thank you, and thank you for your continued support, and thank you for working together with us as a community. We can't do this alone, and we really appreciate your efforts as well. Thank you.